Oh, everyone's about to die. Don't hit the target, they said. Can you use it as a human shield? Just a thought. Oh, that one's got a machine gun! What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 3. Now, the last two episodes have been so good at just setting up this show, just seeing the story between the Mandalorian, who we still haven't got a name for, and the baby Yoda. I love that the pace has been quite slow just to get to know these characters, even though we don't even see the main one's face or his name. We don't get to see any expressions or just any visual way to connect with him. It's just through his actions, which I'm finding really enjoyable, but also getting to know little bits and pieces from what he's saying. How he said that him with a weapon is something religious to Mandalorians, which I'm not sure we've ever heard before. So it's just interesting to see how he does align with Mandalorian culture. But then, of course, we had the big reveal of Baby Yoda being force sensitive and levitating a woolly rhino. And that is, yeah, it's interesting. Probably very bad since the Empire or some kind of connection thing to the Empire wants it. And it also makes me wonder how the relationship between this little thing and the Mandalorian will develop, considering the history between Mandalorians and Jedi. That seems kind of bad. But of course, he seems kind of distant from it all, so that's probably the best thing possible. It's just going to be interesting to see what does happen when he gets more information about this little creature. As for this episode, I'm looking forward to it. I can't decide what could happen next. I feel like with the way this show's pace is going, they could easily shove in another bounty hunter coming out of space and sort of firing on the Mandalorian before he can get to the client, or it can go straight to the client. Don't quite know yet. After the last episode, he got the kid, but then he had the whole episode was basically getting the kid off the planet. So I like how much they're able to do in sort of those sort of gaps, rather than just jumping straight to the next bit. So I don't know if there's going to be something in between, getting off the planet to get back to the client, or if it's just going to go straight there. Either way, I'm just hoping that we get to see the relationship between the Mandalorian and the child develop, because when they do the handover, that's when we're going to get to learn a lot more about the Mandalorian. What is his morality like? Is he okay with handing it off? And also probably get to know what the client wants to do with the thing. But it's going to be very telling, and it's going to be one of the biggest things for this character in just understanding who he is and what kind of person he is. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there, I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in. You make it back to the planet without being attacked by another bounty hunter? How fast is this going to go? That thing is ridiculously cute, peeping out over the edge of the egg. Is it getting out? Yep, okay. Yeah, it's a toddler. It's going to start messing with things. It's going to start doing stuff. You just fixed this place.
I have no idea if he wants to eat it or hang it on his wall, but he's very antsy.
Safe
passage. You know where to find me.
I don't even notice it's like tearing bits of its ship apart. It unscrewed it. It's just funny how he's handling the thing. It's so cute. Oh dear, it's almost too cute. But yeah, so that transmission. Mention the words "eat it" or "hang it on a wall." Did this start sending up some morality questions for the Mandalorian? Is he okay with it? All he needs to do is ask what he plans to do with it. That immediately tells us that he's invested in this thing's future and he wants to know. And then, what the answer will be, we'll get to see how much he cares for the thing. So loud out here. I suppose not going deaf with those big ears. And you're just keeping it out in the open. I mean, you'd think people would recognize Yoda, right? But I guess maybe they wouldn't care about the species in general. How well known is the Yoda species to people? Either they don't care about it because they know who Yoda is and they've seen that species all the time, or they know that this thing's very rare and they've never seen an alien species like this before. And with this place being filled with bounty hunters, would they try and steal a rare thing like this? Just surprising that it's just so out in the open, not even closing up the egg. There they are. Okay, now what happens? Does the Mandalorian get to go in, or is the trade-off here? Whines, not cooing. I don't think it likes this. I'm getting to see some emotion for this thing. Because of course it's force sensitive, so maybe it could... Oh no.
Easy with that. You take it easy.
Oh yeah, he cares.
Yes, yes, yes.
Confirming it with the forb thing. Okay, but what do you want with it?
Very healthy. Yes.
Lots of yeses. What do you want with it? What are you going to do with it? Where's the Beskar?
This asset was of extreme importance to me.
Okay.
I had to ensure its delivery.
So it was just you, not some other people. It was you, but the other ones wanted to kill it.
Go the spoils.
Is this all of the Beskar? How much you can make with whatever that is? That's a lot. One piece they said was generous, and that made you a shoulder pad plus extras. So what can that all of that make? Wouldn't it be cool if they made a ship out of Beskar? That could be fun. Would that even work? Oh, crying. Oh yeah, you care. Watching it leave. Yeah, oh dear. No, look at him look back. Yeah, that thing ain't going anywhere. Is the Beskar worth it?
What are your plans for it?
Asking the question. He cares. He's invested in the future.
Is it not the code of the guild that these events are now forgotten?
There we go. And he's not happy that you're asking questions.
Beskar is enough. A handsome replacement for your armor.
All of it?
Finding a Mandalorian in these trying times is more difficult than finding the steel.
Really? Mandalorians are scarce? How are they scarce? Okay, interesting. I feel like that just got into his mind then. But he's not going to give up. He invested in the future of that child. That ain't done. He's not going to be able to rest until he knows if that kid is okay. Because he was a foundling, it all relates to that. But now he has the Beskar, so make armor out of that first, and then maybe go back. Use it before they can take it. This is interesting as well, because either we're going to see a difference in what he does. He'll go do this, maybe get armor straight away, who knows. But then will he go back to, I think it's Garth, the bounty hunter dude, and will he immediately get commissions? Or will he go back for the kid? They all know what it is? Do all the Mandalorians know that it's Beskar? Do they want it? Like, and how could they say they were scarce to find a Mandalorian when there's so many down here? So I'm guessing they don't know they're down here. Back to this awesome looking room. Okay, what are you going to make? All of it? Are you going to use all of it? Our head movement looked sharper than before. Are you excited to see this amount of Beskar? I'm looking for anything just to get some sort of reactions from them. Oh, they're all curious about it. How loyal are they? Would they attack you for it?
I can form a full cuirass. This would be in order for your station.
What's happening behind you?
I must warn you, it will draw many eyes.
They want it. You gonna let them take it?
These were cast in an Imperial smelter. These are the spoils of the Great Purge.
What is that?
Our secrecy is our survival. Our survival is our strength.
So you're hidden, but the Empire's gone.
Now we live in the shadows and only come above ground one at a time.
Oh, really? So only this one leaves? Only this Mando leaves?
By the Empire, with whom this Starwars shares tables.
Okay, fighting, yeah, okay. Does she care? She's just letting him do it. Who's the leader here?
And the Beskar has returned. One chooses to walk the way of the Mandalore.
Of the Mandalore?
How can one be a coward if one chooses this way of life?
What's happening to their blades? Why are they shaking?
You ever removed your helmet?
No,
Has it ever been removed by others?
never.
Okay, so that's a thing?
This is the way.
This is the
The way of what? Okay, that's interesting.
What caused this damage?
A rhino.
Then you have earned the Mudhorn as your signet.
Oh wait, is that it? Interesting.
Except, it wasn't a noble kill.
You stabbed it though.
Helped by an enemy.
Why would an enemy help you in battle?
So you consider the Yoda the enemy?
Did not know it was my enemy.
Here we go. So he does see Force users as an enemy.
Reserve some for the foundlings.
As it should always be. The foundlings are the future.
Lovely. So their society's built up on foundlings then. And he's the only one that comes and goes and leaves this place. Yeah, so a lot of interesting stuff from that conversation. The Great Purge and Empire, they're hiding. Empire's gone. The Beskar's returned. Screams. What weight does this metal carry?
A powerful defense against multiple enemies. Use them sparingly.
Whistling. Oh, whistling birds is a weapon, not a signet. I love that every time he gets armor forged, we get to see flashbacks like this. Take it this is the Great Purge then. What is happening though? That doesn't look like Mandalore. I'm guessing an Imperial attack. So I just took your parents from you. What was... Who is they attacking people? Maybe droids? That's a droid. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, no, that's a super droid. That's from the Separatists. This is way older. And then he gets into the box. Why is it the parents don't get in, though? That seems like, why didn't they? They all could have fit. Loud thud, assuming that was what killed the parents. What happened after that? Oh, okay, how did you survive then? Interesting. Yeah, that's a super droid. That's not Imperial.
You had your shot, but you failed. No pucks for you. Now get out of here.
Okay, so that's how failed bounty hunters are treated. And then here comes the successful one that steals all of your bounties. And he looks awesome. That looks so cool. So shiny. Did he get a new helmet? Or was that the same one? I don't know. Definitely drawing the eyes. Really makes him look successful with it.
How many of them had tracking fobs?
All of them. All of them! But not one of them closed the deal.
He gave out more. Okay, so it wasn't just him.
They're all weighing the Beskar in their minds, but not me. No, I for one, I celebrate your success.
Is he just saying this to keep his like best bounty hunter happy or something?
Even I'm rich.
You got some of it too? That can't. Should that be good or bad?
Most valuable partner.
I want my next job.
Okay, straight onto it. Not going back for the child, huh?
Take some time off. Enjoy yourself.
Workaholic.
I'll take you to the Twilight healing baths.
I want my next job.
Yep, doesn't care. Just keeps working.
These are all far away.
The further the better.
Getting away from the kid, huh? I mean, put a distance between you and it.
That's the best of the lot. A nobleman's son skipped bail. Looks like you're headed to the ocean dunes of Karnak.
Cool. He's not gonna go though.
Any idea what they're gonna do with it?
There we go. He still cares.
They work for the Empire. What are they doing here?
The Empire is gone.
This remnant isn't.
Let's go back to the core and report them to the New Republic.
That's a joke.
Really? That seems interesting. World building. New Republic, not gonna report them?
By the time you come out of hyperdrive, you will have forgotten all about it.
You can't let it go. He's not happy with... Because I like the contradiction. You have the Empire who's his enemy and the Jedi who's an enemy. But it's also a kid and a foundling. And he's trying to figure out what to do next. Can he go after this new target? Or is the idea of this kid coming into harm more important to him? Can he... Because it's obvious he's got a conscience. He doesn't want this kid to be hurt. That's obvious. He's pushing that down. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's enough. That's gonna... He's going back. I love that. Seeing the effects the kid has had on his ship. Even trying to get away, he finds reminders of it. Yeah, that thing's screwed on, yet the kid managed to get it off very quickly. You're not going anywhere. That served as a great reminder. Powering down, off you go. Yep, you're gonna go get him back. Like how though? How can you do it? There's stormtroopers in there, but yeah, you'll be far more capable than stormtroopers. How'd you get in? What have they done with it? Because they could have killed it already, if that is the intent. So you know they're not going to let you in. If you show yourself at the door, they'll probably send guards. I mean, if I was them, I'd have moved by now. You know this guy's asking questions. I would go. You know that you're the Empire. You know you're probably not liked everywhere. Go. Move your location as quickly as possible. Don't tell me there's a way in around the back. This whole place was so secure. The egg. Ooh. Oh no. Again, we can't see if he's angry or not, but I feel like he would be. We can't see any expression. It's just this guy, faceless, looking at the egg, which we know what kind of weight that holds.
Extract the necessary material and be done with it.
What material?
Explicitly ordered us to bring it back alive.
He...
I no longer can guarantee your safety.
Okay, material. There's someone else involved. He wants it alive, so you can't kill it, but you need to extract material. Why did it scream? Was that a light? I guess a droid.
Check the perimeter.
He's going to do something awesome, isn't he? You can probably vaporize both of them. Explosive. Nice. Excellent. Hopefully the kid wasn't behind that wall. This is an excellent plan. You distracted the guards with the door, and now you've gone behind them, and you can catch them by surprise, or at least off guard. How good are they? Are they actually stormtroopers? And they're down. You're not going to stand a chance. And down. And an extra shot for good luck. Awesome. But would they not be on high alert now? Would they not have just gone to escape with the kid? Where's the client and the other dude? Oh, super dead. Wow. Not gonna work. Oh, there's the creepy dude. Well, one of them.
Please don't hurt him. It's just a child. Please. No. No. Please.
Okay, push my thoughts. So you don't want it hurt either. This is creepy. What they have is like shoved in.
I protected him. I protected him. If it wasn't for me, he would already be dead.
Interesting. So you both want it kept alive. So it's the other dude that's more invested in its death. He's gone, and so is the kid, right? Yep, you got him. Okay, that's interesting. Both of you want to keep it alive. So you can almost have some kind of ally in that. So would that guy be happier if it got away, if it meant it's not gonna die? Okay, lights are gone. I mean, I'm surprised this guy's even trying to avoid them. I really imagine that his armor could easily withstand the laser fire. Of course, you have like a bit of pushback, but defending the kid, yeah, sure. Why don't you just stand in the open, risk getting shot, and he'd be completely fine. Yeah, he is destroying them. How much can that weapon do? Is that the same when he shot with the walrus and electrocuted it? Behind. Don't you dare hurt the kid. I love the brutality, the screams. Yep, okay, he's really going all out to defend this kid. Well, this apparently was your enemy. You still got the other client to deal with. Where's he? Only two. Oh, no, there's quite a few of you now.
Hands up! Drop the blaster!
You said you could take 4 before.
What I'm holding is very valuable. Here.
Yeah, you're completely fine. Is that even the kid there? Where's the kid? Oh, the new weapon. Oh, that's awesome. Beautiful work. So that's the... Okay, that weapon seems insane. And is that targeted? You can point it at the ground and it will still hit all of your enemies? Is that done sparingly? Do you still have, like, ammo left of that? You didn't run into the other client, though. Is the... How do those things keep... Are they tracking it? They all have them. Oh, no. He's going to have to fight all of them. Where did he go? Tell me he went to the ship and not to the place that's meant to be hidden. Did the Empire reactivate it? What are you thinking? What are you thinking now? Okay, so he went back for it. They reactivated the tracking fob. Now they've just got every guild member to go after him. What can they pay them with? They're out of Beskar now. Okay, yep, he's going to be attacked by all of them. Don't go to the Mandalorians. Don't go to them. They already kind of dislike you. You can see you're being followed. Okay, he knows he's being followed. Do not go back to the the hidden place. Okay, this is going to be awesome. Okay, him versus all of these people. How do you win that?
Welcome back, Mando.
Oh, yeah, and you turned 2. Not really turned, this is just who you are.
You put the bounty down, and perhaps I'll let you pass.
Would you? And I guess he's valuable to you because he makes you money.
Then you put it on the speeder, and we'll discuss terms.
How do I know I can trust you?
Because I'm your only hope.
Interesting. What is the morality of all of these people? It's bounty hunters. They're tricky. The Mando, obviously, is pretty good. Doesn't want the kid to be hurt. Doesn't have a choice at the minute, though. You just gotta hope that the fear alone that you carry... Okay. That was fast. You have cover. You're the best one here. They should hopefully have a bit of fear for you. And then you can use that.
Drive!
Drive, droid! Okay, they are everywhere. How far is it to the exit? Oh, yep. Gonna go for the droid. Yep. Okay, wow. Really trying to stop him. So no one here... Do they know it's a kid? They know that yet. Maybe if they knew, they would stop this. We don't know the morality because they just know it's a package. Oh, everyone's about to die. Yep, blown up to pieces. None of these guys saw him work, did they? They don't know what he's capable of. Poof! It's instant.
I'm gonna walk to my ship with the kid. You're gonna let it happen.
Oh, sneak attack. Not gonna work. Okay, so they know it's a kid, yet they're still doing it anyway. Don't hit the target, they said. Can you use it as a human shield? Just a thought. Still got flame? Oh no, Angela. That worked for a while, though. What can you do? How can you save the kid? Oh, the iconic baby sound. Beautiful. Rockets? Oh, okay, wait, they all came for you? How do they know you? Okay, so, okay, I guess they exposed themselves. Good to know he didn't, like, rat them out. They chose to do this. Okay, so good relationships with them then. They're willing to fight for you. Yeah, these guys, the bounty hunters are dead. There's no way they can do all of this. They can't deal with all these Mandalorians. Look how scared he is. He just realized that this guy is not alone. One is enough trouble to deal with. You can't take on a little squad of them. Oh, that one's got a machine gun. And oh yeah, they've all got, how come this one, do they all have jetpacks? How come our one doesn't?
Going to have to relocate the covert. This is the way. This is the way.
Okay, make sure to tell him where the new place is, though. Don't just let him wander around the galaxy. I feel like I can't see the kid, so I keep feeling like he's picked up the wrong thing. Just imagine he gets onto the ship and it's just like a bag of potatoes or something. See, I'm surprised the bounty hunters, they could have made it easy for themselves. The ship was open. Why did you not send someone? Okay, thank you, good.
Hold it, Mando.
Oh no, you went there. Why didn't you just send someone there to begin with?
I didn't want it to come to this.
I don't think you can win against him. Oh, okay. Carbonite missed, nice. And down. Yeah, you chose to attack him in his own ship. It would have been smart to go here first, while he's distracted with everyone else and pinned down, go to the ship, dismantle it. Then he's not going to get away. You chose to come here, when he's here, and it's his home turf, essentially. That was a really bad idea. And he's gone. Alive! You survived being shot with a laser. The Beskar. Well done. Did he intentionally shoot you there because the Beskar was there? I don't know. Oh, I love that. How come he doesn't have a jetpack? That is awesome. Oh, saluting you. And that's the machine gun one. Tell me he's got...
Gotta get one of those.
Okay, okay, yes, you do. So he doesn't have a jetpack in the ship then, so he just needs to get one. Awesome. Oh, you're gonna give it to him. Yay! But now what? You have a kid. What do you do now? Where are you going? You have no job. You're kind of lost here. What? You got to find yourself now. No work, no bounty to hunt. Just you and this kid that you now have to look after. You got to get food. You got to find out a place to sleep. Amazing. Okay, that definitely feels like the start of yeah, those 3 episodes kind of feel like the start of the show altogether. That was incredible. Okay, this episode was so good. I love the action from it. I love that this was where we get to see, this was like the conclusion to the beginning of the show. This was like the end of the start. We've gotten a great look at who the main character is and what this story is. He's gotten the kid. I'm assuming he's going to be hunted down now. Tracking fobs still work, so people are going to be coming for him for the kid. He can't get rid of that. Unless there is some kind of way, I don't know. But I love that we've gotten to know him through his actions. We haven't even seen his face or gotten to hear his name throughout this entire thing. It's so cool. And I love the little details that they use to get us to know who he is. Seeing the morality, seeing him question the fate of the child, and then getting to see his actions in going to save it. It shows that he's not a merciless bounty hunter. He has a moral compass, and he was using money to, I guess, push it down. But now, with it being a foundling, it's come, and just the contradiction that it made in his head, it made him think about it more, and he can't deny it anymore. This character just feels like so much fun, because again, I think it's the face thing that I love the most. We don't see his face, yet we get to know him quite well just through the actions alone. I'm hung up on that. I love that so much. Yeah, the fight scenes in this, absolutely amazing. Seeing him go against the stormtroopers in that place, so cool. Seeing the strategy play out, where he's going in through the back, through an exploded door, and then taking them out in small groups at a time, finding the kid and seeing the doctor was the one that wanted to keep him alive. I'm assuming it's a doctor. He wanted to, it seemed medical. He's got glasses and he wanted to extract material. Doctor seems appropriate. So he managed to get the kid back, but he didn't run into the other client. That seems interesting. Where did that guy go? Was he the one, I'm guessing, just reactivated the fob to send them after him? From the actual fight scene, just seeing all the guild members, it was insane. You could feel the fear on them. They knew that they were not a match for him. They were hoping their numbers could just overwhelm him. Obviously, kind of would have worked, but he got in quite a few of his own pretty well. And then the rest of the Mandalorians backed him up, and they got exposed. We've got a lot of details on, I guess, what these Mandalorians are, with the Great Purge, as they called it, with a super droid being there. That is separatist. I don't think the Empire used them. We saw in the Bad Batch they were dismantling those ones. So separatist. How old is the Mandalorian? He's here after the Empire, but he was a child then. So I'm guessing during the Clone Wars that happened. Separatists maybe stole Beskar and then it got absorbed into the Empire. That could explain why he's not a fan of the New Republic, the Empire, or the Jedi. But it's just cool to see more details added to that, because now we don't know how he survived that. The droid opened up the little thing that he was in. His parents are dead, we heard the explosion. Then the droid opened it up and was aiming it at him. How does he escape that, and how does he live? You also got a bunch more on the actual Mandalorians themselves, seeing that the signet seems to be a symbol that they have, and it's something individual to them. He was going to have one for the Rhino, the Mudhorn that they called it, but he refused it, seeing that he was helped by the enemy, the Yoda, the Jedi, the Force thing. So he's gotten conflicting feelings about that. Love that they're doing that, because the Mandalorians and Jedi history is so interesting. It's cool to see this one with limited connection with Mandalore has this still there, and is really trying to emulate what he thinks Mandalore is. And we have the way, which is that they keep their helmets off, they don't let anyone else remove them. That's what they say is the way in the Mandalore way. We know that isn't the case. The leaders take their helmets off all the time. So now I'm curious on how on earth this group started. They don't seem like they're a clan or a house. They're just there. So how on earth did they start and have this religion and other cultural impacts that change them from what we know Mandalore to be? Also, how does he eat? Does he remove his helmet to eat? That seems interesting, because they said that do you ever remove your helmet? He says no. Does he sleep with it on? That feels uncomfortable. But then how does he eat? How does he wash and like clean himself? I'm assuming he would sweat during fighting. That seems like a very interesting thing to do, to never remove that helmet. Yeah, then the kid. Okay, I like what this is happening. He's no longer the plot I mean, he kind of still is the plot device and the plot, but we're getting bits more on him. I think it's a him. I'm going to call it a him just automatically. We get to see through the subtitles that it was not happy being separated by the Mandalorian. That is the first little bits of personality we get from this, other than it just being whatever it is. Is it a puppet or CGI? Not sure. Probably both. So we get to see bits and pieces from that alone. That he's sad when he's away from him, but happy when he is. So we're getting a relationship formed there between them. He is going to become his own character, at least I hope he will. From this, it makes me think he'll become something. Now, like, what happens now? He's with the Mandalorian. What does he do? This has made me so excited for just where this can go, because now he has it, and I feel like the main story will be him being hunted down. What does he do while being hunted down? Where is this going? And I just love the idea of this bounty hunter that just was a workaholic, cared about no one, now has to care for a child, and has to raise this thing. Does he have to raise it? It's 50. The species is so weird. Anyway, this episode was just great, and I think it's such a great start to this show. 3 episodes to fully flesh out the characters and just start off this story. To begin then, I'm so happy with what this did for Mando. Just seeing him start questioning the fate of the child was enough to see that he had an invested interest in it. You don't need to see an emotional reaction from his face, just to see like a sadness in him from handing it off. All you needed was that line to show this character keeping in with the whole never removing helmet thing, make you invested in him, while also showing that he's not okay with what's happening and he's trying his hardest to push it down so he can get the money and continue his job. It's such a fun way to do the character, and it makes me so intrigued for like his future and his connection with this kid. Because now he's basically given up a whole lot, so he's going to fight for this child like mad. But I think as a whole, this episode feels like the end of the start of this show. You had these 3 episodes, him finding the kid, sort of building a relationship, and then the handoff and getting him back. This feels like the start of where the show should go and what it was. And now I just can't think of what can sort of come next. It feels so open-ended now. Obviously, they're going to come for the kid. That's the main thing. The kid's going to be hunted down and he's going to have to protect it. But like, what do you do aside from that? Other than that, you kind of just have to raise it, I think. Because it's a Yoda, but it's 50. And it's such a fun concept to think that this Mandalorian now has to go and do something new with it. Because they've kind of have they messed up their life? They've kind of started something new with this whole thing. Now they've got to just find something and do something now with this child with them. It means a huge change to this person, and I cannot wait to see what that does for them. What can we develop with this? Then, of course, he also got a whole new set of armor, which looks so cool. I mean, that in itself almost kind of puts a target on his back, because it makes him look incredibly successful, and does it, though. I get maybe in this certain parsec, because Mandalorians don't seem common there, but on Mandalore, it would make him look almost... It would draw eyes, simply because it doesn't have the family connection. It's almost like it's bare armor. It's not decorated anyway, like Sabine's or Bo-Katan's. It's just completely plain. No paint whatsoever. That is why it would draw eyes there. But in other places, it's like a recognition of power and authority. You have this Mandalorian in bright, shining Beskar armor. You know they're going to be capable and sort of dangerous. But also wearing very valuable stuff. Plus, they're paired with a small green child, which will probably fetch more money as well. I love that the armor basically signifies some growth while also adding more danger to him. And just another thing to be concerned about. Can't really hide who he is. There's no way of hiding the identity like Sabine or the rebels could when they were trying to sneak into places. There's no way for him to do that. He has to wear this very openly. So I just can't wait to see what sort of happens for him next, because it's all I can think about is him just raising this child now that is probably older than him. Yes, then on to the child, the baby Yoda. So it's been through quite a bit in this, being handed off and just going through some emotional turmoil, being separated from his little, I don't even know. Did he like the people that were guarding him on Tatooine? He seemed to bond with the Mandalorian very quickly. Then he did not like being separated and got forced to go with the creepy people with the Empire. I'm guessing it could sense their bad intentions and could sense the Mandalorian's good heart because of the whole Force sensitivity thing. Then we don't actually know what the Empire want with it. We know it's the Empire or some kind of connection thing to it. and they wanted material, but we also know someone else was involved. Whatever the case, the kid is now safe and with the Mandalorian, and now we can just get to see where his story does go. I'm hoping for development on him, and he can be fleshed out into his own character, and because so far he has been the plot. He has been what the story's revolved around. He is the story. I want to see him actually become a character. Like, what can he do? We've started to see hints of personality through his sadness and emotions from being separated from Mando, but I'm just hoping in the next episode we can see some growth from him. What can actually be done with this character? What kind of relationship can this thing form with the Mandalorian? Then just looking at the clients themselves. They are obviously the bad guys of this season, and I just like how complex they seem. You have the one who just seems to not care if it's dead or alive, he just cares about material. There's some other motivation there, because the other one wants it, yeah, it's kind of tricky. The one with glasses wants it alive, mentioned the other person that was in charge, and they seem more scared. They see the value in this thing and it just staying alive, saying that he wants it to be alive. But the other one doesn't seem to be that concerned. He just wants to get away. He's caring for his own safety rather than the safety of everyone else there. But they've also reactivated the fob thing, so people are going to come for them and they're going to be the ones hunting this child down to get whatever material they need from it. I think I just like that those two sort of open a doorway to, I guess, unknown and bigger picture things. Because right now the story does feel very small and compact, seeing that it's just this Mandalorian dealing with different parts of the galaxy while not seeing this whole giant conflict of Empire, Rebellion, all of this stuff. It feels so nice and condensed. These two, the clients, open up things to a much bigger perspective. They are a connection to the Empire. They could be, what did they say? The people of the Empire were just some noble people, higher ranking people. Those are what's left of the Empire. But people are getting reported to the New Republic, so it's clear to see that some kind of presence is behind them, and that's their connection. So it'll be interesting to see when that does get revealed and what sort of happens there. What is the goal? What do they want from Baby Yoda? Then the Guild. I like that we get to see that they don't really have a loyalty. Their loyalty is to themselves and their money. That's it. The fact that the Mandalorian went against the code means they go against him, and they want to get paid for it, basically. I like the boss, Grief Karga, and just how he presents himself, being very friendly to the Mandalorian. He was the best bounty hunter he had. Of course, he wants to keep him happy, so because that makes him money. With the Beskar, I love the placement of the Beskar and how that paid off into him surviving the laser fire. So obviously he's going to come back. They wouldn't keep him alive if he wasn't. And I think I just like his personality. He does feel like the typical sort of bounty hunter we know. I want to know if he is like a bounty hunter, because he just seems to be in charge of the guild. He was willing to fight the Mandalorian. He was willing to go against him with a blaster in his ship. So he can't be stupid. He must have thought he stood a good chance there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that guy does follow the Mandalorian and what sort of other things he has at his disposal, considering he is the head of the guild. He could send whatever bounty hunter he wants after him. Maybe even like, would he know Cad Bane? I feel like maybe he could know Cad Bane and put that sort of bounty on the Mandalorian. Whatever the case, he opens the door to a lot more trouble as well. You have these two factions, the clients and the guild, that open the door to bigger things and more trouble for the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda to deal with. Plus the fight scene for both of them was absolutely insane. Just seeing one go very well with the Empire stuff and then one go very badly with the guild, and just seeing that he was kind of outmatched when dealing with that many people, and then having the Mandalorians come to his rescue. Absolutely awesome scene. Then we get some more world building as well, where they mentioned the New Republic and how you could report Imperial people to the New Republic. So there's something going on there. Kind of wish we got to see the formation of it, because I don't really know what happens there. So the Empire falls, we know that. The Return of the Jedi ends with them all celebrating Palpatine's death. Yay, whoopee-doo. But then what happens after that? That's the bit that I want to know. Do they just immediately snap their fingers and a new government is formed? How does this work? Because there's already infrastructure in place for the Imperial government. So what sort of happens? What kind of transfers the power? How do the rebellion get the authority over the galaxy? It's clear that they do it. And they now have a system in place where you can report any people that are in the Empire for, I would assume, a reward or something. It also means they have enough power to actually do something about that. So the Empire would have still been a big thing, even without Palpatine. They would have been confused, yes, but they would have been capable. You had Thrawn as one of their best ones. Anyone below that is still a good person and is still capable of doing a lot of damage. So the New Republic has to be capable of taking out those people, and it seems like they're able to. So I'm just waiting to see them again and just seeing what they are like now. I also want to know that if they are different to the Republic that came before them. I want to know they are sort of better and they learnt from their mistakes. But I love that this is setting it up and it's doing it slowly. We're getting we're getting drip-fed bits of information about what the state of the galaxy is like, because the focus is on the Mandalorian, of course. I like that it isn't just going fully into what the state of the galaxy is. It's keeping it small and concise, following the main character. Then we have the Mandalorians themselves, and they set up a lot of interesting story. The Great Purge. and super droids. Beskar, all of this stuff, it's very interesting. It makes me question a lot about what they are and what their relation is to Mandalore. They say the foundlings are their future, which makes me think that maybe all of them might be foundlings. That could be something. Could it be like a house made up of orphans? If that's the case, like, where are they? How would they not be in contact with other Mandalorians who understand the culture maybe more, or maybe into it more? Because it seems, I don't know if they're either misguided or an actual another faction. We know Mandalore. We know, like, truest Mandalorians. Sabine, Bo-Katan, all of these people that have lived and breathed Mandalore. They take off their helmets. Weapons aren't a religion to them. Of course, they're a big part of Mandalorian society, but still, it's not a religion. They've never described it like that. It's just very interesting to see this little subset of them, and we have very little information. Again, there's so many things in here where they like tease you with stuff. They give you very little information to let your head sort of spin on it, let you think about it a lot, and just make you invested and keep going to try and get the answers to this. And then we get the Great Purge. The thing I'm hung up on about that is, where is it? That clearly wasn't Mandalore. So what got attacked? But then it seems like during that whole thing, the main guy's parents died. He was attacked by a super droid, somehow survived. And that's also when they seem to have stolen Beskar. And now they've got it back. I think I'm just waiting to see when this will get answered, because I'm trying to figure out how it all takes place in the grand scheme of things. We've seen a lot of Mandalorian events. Is it in line with some of that? This Mandalorian doesn't seem that old. I would assume we would have seen when this happens. But I think most importantly, I'm just waiting to see how it does impact Mandalorian culture as a whole. Like, what does this sort of subset mean? Is it an actual recognized Mandalorian clan, house, something? Or is it just a bunch of orphans that have connections to Mandalore but don't understand Mandalore as a whole, and they're trying to imitate it by taking on these different things? They've seen Mandalores wear their helmets, so they think they wear them all the time. Maybe they haven't seen a Mandalore ever take off their helmet. Do they even know where Mandalore is? There's so many questions about them, and I just can't wait to see how this does impact Mandalore and the idea of Mandalore as a whole. As for what's next, I don't even know, but I could not be more excited for it. I've loved how this set up basically the start of the show. Now we get to see just where on earth this can go next. You have a Mandalorian raising a tiny little Jedi who happens to be a Yoda species as well. You have this conflict where he considered him an enemy at some point because of the Force stuff. So how will this relationship grow, and how can he protect him? What does the Mandalorian do now? Does he stay being a bounty hunter while looking after the kid? It's just going to be so interesting, and I feel like I love the idea of it could do anything really. It could either stay focused on their little journey and their relationship with the Mandalorian defending the kid, or it could even go bigger and just seeing what the Empire does want with him. I would honestly don't mind if this stays small or does explode in just the scale of it, or the scale of the conflict. It feels so open-ended with just how much they could do here. I think I just can't wait to see what on earth they will do. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a great sort of end to the start of this show. I think I love the fight scenes. I hope we get to see more of this going forward. I hope it just stays as consistent as this. The detail and effort they're putting into just connecting you with this character without seeing their face is something I think is probably one of my favourite parts of this show. It's such a difficult thing to do, but they're pulling it off so well. And the relationship they're building between the Mandalorian and the baby Yoda, absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to see how that does grow and hopefully flourish. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for Season 1, Episode 4. See ya!